All right, so we're going with the stout.
We're back for round 5, goddammit.
Hey guys, welcome back to Jersey Shore Beers and Brews Reviews.
Safety goggles on.
Just a bunch of guys hanging out, drinking beer, having a good old time.
What's going on?
This one is from Tröegs. It's called the Man Elf Grand Cru. This is brought to you by Randy because he goes above and beyond. Get your finger out of that hole, would you?
That's not what she said.
So this one's called the Man Elf Grand Cru. It is ale brewed with honey and cherries.
It's in a fancy glass fucking bottle.
The
big
fancy
time.
St. Adam's cherry.
Yeah, it's got one of these little tops on it with a cork.
It's got a cork. That must be
these
impressive.
little twisty things from like champagne things. Comes in at 11%. They're trying to really fucking hurt me today.
By the way, once you open this
You
thing,
forget, there's no putting it back. So
there's no putting it back.
you have to drink it all.
It just explodes.
No,
You know the Mad Elf?
Yeah.
The legendary holiday ale that helped put our little brewery on the map? In your hands is the director's cut. In your hands is the director's cut. The Ralston cherries make all the difference. Flush with supporting notes of the brown sugar, cinnamon, and clove. This beer begs to be shared. Take this 4-pack home, gather your friends, and cherish the cherries. Chris and John. It comes in at 11%, and we got our friends here. So that's what it's all about coming into the holidays. Make sure you have a happy holidays, by the way. We're going to pour Johnny over here first because
It's red.
it's
It
red.
is, oh, that's way red.
Way red. Give him a little taste. Give me a little taste. Give Randy a little taste.
Need some definitely red or goggles on for that.
What kind of goggles we need?
Wow, we actually opened 2 of these.
Oh my god, hit me a little more.
What is... Oh,
Oh, look
Double
at
pour.
this.
double pour.
Oh baby, oh baby.
Oh no.
What's
he
the
needs-
percent on this
he
again?
needs
More.
More than you want.
11. This
Okay.
is 11% beer. It's Mad Elf Grand Cru. Looking pretty good, man. I'm Tröegs, you know, sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't.
You know,
Well,
that's
cherries.
true. There's been a couple of Tröegs beers that tasted very burnt to me or just
Yep.
way over hopped.
Yep.
But just going off of the
Aroma?
just off the aromatics, I'm gonna say this is gonna be one hell of a flavor. I mean, I'm already getting that sweet of the cherries, and
I'm gonna say it's more winey, and I haven't tasted it yet.
Yes.
Just because of the cherries,
And when you-
that's gonna give that flavor profile of the wine that we basically had in that Peruvian ale that we did.
strawberry chicha.
Yep.
Like a barley wine with cherry.
Yeah, no more like a wine.
I'm being that guy.
Let's step up and blow the froth back.
Ooh, wow,
That's like a wine.
that
Get a
is
bite.
sour.
Big time.
Not quite as no. I get it. I get the sour note.
Not a Belgian sour, but tastes like the wine. It goes into that wine end.
Oh yeah, that definitely. It
No,
definitely
no.
tastes like wine.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say Belgian lambic.
Kind of. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying when I say a Belgian lambic,
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
which is kind of like a fruity.
Yep. Wild yeast thing going on. In other
Absolutely.
words, they used to brew these things and they put the beer out in the farmhouse, and whatever yeast would come by and
Float in
ferment
the
it.
air.
Yep. That would be what was used, and it was normally tarty and a little bit sour.
That was beer from the gods. The monks didn't know where the alcohol came from, is because
Yep.
that's
Not my favorite type of beer. Probably would not buy it again, but I'm gonna drink it.
So I'm gonna say that this is probably one that I would pick up to my wife. My wife likes the fruitier beverages, and if we had to pick a beer, this would be something she would drink. She's a fan of the Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. When we did the UFO Hefeweizen was another good one she liked because it had kind of a pineapple-y note to it. So, I mean, for feminine aspect, if you like fruitier beverages, this is definitely a good one for you. I would probably not have more than 2 in a sitting because I'm already feeling a little bit of a build-up from that bitter and sour
Yep.
on my tongue.
I wasn't anticipating so much sour in it.
One of the things that I would say about this beer is like if someone says that they don't like beer, you probably want to point them in this direction and go, here, check this out, because they're going to be like, that's a beer?
That's
and
not
you
a
can
beer.
go, yeah, that's a beer. But
Now-
it's not a beer in their eyes.
Going back to my challenge 2 beers ago, if you take a small sip and a larger sip,
It's different.
but not by much.
Really?
You don't recognize that much of a difference because the cherry is very strong in this. I mean, this is more of a cherry beer. This tastes like cherry wheat minus the wheat.
Man, it's just not my style.
It's a little. It's the
It's too
sour is
tarty.
a little more.
It's tart.
It was a little more forward than I anticipated.
Yeah, it's tart.
I'll give you that.
Not bad. You know, it comes in
No, it's good
11%. You know, if you're going to hang out, you get a 6-pack of these things. You toss.
Come on, these are 4-packs. You know that.
Okay, so 4-pack, you shovel off one to your friend, one to your other friend. You make sure that whoever's ever coming by gets the other one. And
Listen, how much was the 4-pack?
Yeah,
Run the mill.
15, 16 bucks in that range.
So okay, so
Yeah.
15, 16 bucks at a 11.7 you said? Or?
Yeah, 11.
11%, okay. So the...
wine pastry wine range.
Now,
Yeah.
the carrot cake came in at $25 for a 4-pack, and that was a percent
Yeah.
lower than this.
Yeah.
Different flavor profiles, but this has a very good taste.
I wonder how it'd be mixed.
But
Mixed with what?
it would
Mixed
be...
with that stout.
You mean
You know, get the
blended?
cherry going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well-
this is something I can see them making a mixed drink out of with some schnapps.
Or some kind of carbonated water or soda
Seltzer.
or something, or seltzer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would probably be
kind of
jam.
cut it down for a retail aspect for like a bar. I wouldn't serve this to my guests as a hey, drink this.
It makes
as a
you pucker.
special.
But you can mix it with something else, and
But absolutely.
It makes you pucker. I mean, it's kind of cool. And it's not toothpaste.
Oh, good to hear that.
This would pair well with a cherry pie.
Yeah, it would.
Again,
Yep.
this falls under a very good dessert
Yep,
beer.
without a doubt. That's without a doubt.
Because the cherry pie is going to be very sweet, and the tart from this
Uh-huh.
would balance the two out.
Well, like I said, this was Mad Elf from Tröegs Brewing, so they have a range of.
It's not too bad. I mean, it doesn't get too tart on you, but
All right,
all right.
so
you gonna score it?
for a Tröegs, okay, I'm gonna give it a 6.9. It's really good. It is really good, but not burnt. But I taste more hopping, and I think the bittering of the hops with the sour and sweet of the beer don't pair great. You should try it for sure, at least once, to say you've tried it, because it may be something you love. But I wouldn't run out to get this again.
You're all obviously subject to our taste profile.
Right, and I'm gonna come in just like him. I'm gonna say 6.9. I'm not gonna buy this again. But if it's something that we've described that you might like, definitely run out and get it, because it definitely goes right down the middle road of that kind of flavor profile.
I may not be able to
It's
review-
jamming with cherries and that kind of flavor.
I may not be able to review a beer from your aspect, but I can give you my aspect on it and how I think other people would approach it. What do you think, Randy?
I'm thinking, I'm coming where you guys are at. When I was shopping last night, I was reading labels. Mm-hmm. And by reading labels, it seemed like it was like right in there and where we wanted
Sure.
to be. So it does definitely fall in there. Without a doubt, I would say it doesn't suck.
Right.
No,
Did I
it
say
doesn't
that?
suck. It's a really
No.
good beer.
Just not our styles. That's all.
They put their time into making the beer they did.
Yep.
But I would definitely classify this as a lambic because it's
Yeah,
sour.
that's what came forward to me when I said lambic right away.
Yep.
And lambic is always fruit profile forward.
Yep.
And it is very forward. It is like
But it's not over the top. You know what I'm saying? It's like as a standard beer drinker, I could drink this and I'm not like, making them faces or your.
all right. So I get what you're saying, but
No, this is cherry
When you-
forward. I mean, you can't. This is cherry right there.
when you put this next to an IPA,
Yeah, there's no.
there's a very big. When you put this next to a lager, it's different.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean,
Yep.
Blue Point Brewing did a blueberry lager. I love that. That's great for a good Thanksgiving meal because it goes great with your stuffing and all your stuff. This would pair well as well because the fruit flavor goes good with a poultry dish. It's not a bad beer, but it does have a little bit of that.
The
beer
tart
aftertaste.
there's a little bit of tartness in there.
The tartness definitely
from the
hangs
sour.
around and wants to kick
Me-
you in the nuts.
The tart lingers
Cake.
a little too much into the bittering
Yes.
and the hops.
Yep.
I think that's what I don't like. is
I
it
think that's
lingers
the
into-
only thing that that brings the beer down a little bit.
If they could find a way to bring that sour
I tell you how.
out before your tongue picks up that,
There's a lot of people like that sour.
A bit of lactose in there and that milk sugar, bring that back to life. You know, having that little bit of sweetness that it finishes with, along with that cherry, like
Might
that cherry
actually,
just
yeah.
like that cherry just like up in front of your mouth where you're like, and then it finishes like a milkshake or something. Man,
I think Tröegs focuses on the fact that when you drink a beer back in the day, when you drink a beer, you're supposed to take a sip and kind of go, because it has that alcohol taste, that hop.
You definitely get the alcohol.
That not everybody likes. And you get the hop taste in this.
You can taste it's high octane. You can taste that.
But I've had lambics before.
Yeah.
And lambics don't have that hop taste. I think if Tröegs focused a little less on the hops and a little more with the flavor profile from what they're putting into this bottle in particularly, they'd have a fucking an 8 on their scale.
yeah, like
On
a
our
cherry
scale.
milkshake. That's what they'd
They
have.
had,
cherry
Tröegs
milkshake.
has another Mad Elf in almost all the difference except it's in a can.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little bit less money wise, but I think it's not aged or it's something a little bit differently. I don't think it's got the sour profile.
No, 'cause we've done Mad Elf before. Not on the reviews, but we've had holiday parties where I
Maybe
put up Mad Elf.
there were so many beers that we've
Yeah.
had over the years.
I mean, I've been that one I was talking about, the tomato basil IPA. I picked that up from a book I had called 1,001 Beers Till You Die.
Right.
And honestly, I've been marking pages off on that for the last.
So check that book out, man. 1,001 beers before you die.
What happens to you get to 199?
Well, then you better start praying that you're not going to
I mean,
die.
you still got a lot to go.
Yeah.
1,099. Yeah, then
actually.
you got to worry that like you there's more beers coming.
How old am I now?
That is the beautiful thing about the craft beer industry is that since that book was published 10 years ago,
There's probably another
there's
2,000
at least
beers.
2,000 more beers you got to try before.
I
you
mean,
die.
seriously, my dream now for retirement is basically to be able to just drive across the country
Right off into the sunset,
and
drinking
basically
beer.
sampling,
All right.
3 or 4 craft breweries every day until whenever.
There you go.
Until I can't.
That's the wish.
Until I can't.
Let's make sure it's granted. Anyway, guys, that's another review. We're pushing the envelope here with Mad Elf Grand Cru, and we'll catch up to you guys. Peace.
Yeah.
Once again.